Yay.
So, hey, everybody, this is Karen Palmer, aka the Mindful Media Mom and the Queen of Global Kindness. I use social media and technology combined with ancient wisdom to help make the world a better place. The way that I do that is as a conscious dog trainer. A conscious dog trainer is a person who works with the best and the most potential in your pet to bring out the greatness that's already there and in yourself so that you start to see the greatness that's in you and why your pet was guided to you. Today, I am thrilled to have my dear friend and fellow conscious dog trainer and most incredible. I mean, wait till you hear her credentials. I mean, she trains other dog trainers now. And now she's taking on the whole beautiful technology of doing online courses, which is going to be just a game changer for any pet parent who really wants to have a deeper relationship and have the best and the most powerful relationship possible. So, Michelle, tell me a little bit about your business and what it is that you feel makes your life purposeful and passionate.
Well, I've been working with dogs for 11 years now.
Wow. Amazing.
That went by fast.
Yeah. 11 years. She looks like she could only be 11.
Please. I am in my 30s,
How old are your kids now? She has two beautiful twins.
I do. They're 5.
Okay.
Yeah. And I've earned a couple certifications in professional dog training. And I started my business from my home many moons ago and grew it into a pet shop, and I did in a training facility. So I did that for a while, and then I went back to home-based training. And I can't remember how many years ago now, but I built a college for professional dog trainers, which is great. I mean, it's really what I feel like is part of my legacy that I get to leave on this earth in this lifetime. So that's been a really big project. We're still working on it. And most recently, I relocated to Dallas. I've been here over a year now, but really my heartthrob and my passion is service dog training for kids with autism and also soldiers and first responders with PTSD. So I'm kind of shifting my focus from I still do a lot of the pet dog, helping people get the dogs that they've always wanted, and I love doing that. But my long-term vision is to work and make a huge difference in all over the United States and hopefully the world, and helping other trainers learn these skills so they can take this to their corner of the world as well. So
that's awesome. I know. And we really do need to look at the connection between pets and kids and, how we can really help these children to excel into their, step into their greatness also, especially with the help of these animals that have been therapeutically trained.
Right. It's amazing what a service dog can do for these children.
Says, I train my fosters to do service work.
Oh, perfect.
So, yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. So, yeah, you can type into the chat here, Michelle, down here where it says send a message.
Look, there it is.
Yep. If you want to talk to anybody who's in here, like Silent Seizure, I'm going to type to him right now and say, yeah, hi, everyone. There you go. So,
I thought I would test it out.
Yeah. Why are some dog breeds able to be service dogs while other dogs can't be service dogs? What's that? Why can't some different breeds be service dogs?
I think, obviously every breed is genetically prone to do a certain task, and really with specifically children with autism, looking at the research, and I'm in the starting process of this, but looking at what other people have done before us, they are breeding a mix of golden and lab just because of the personality and the way that they're built genetically is perfect for what children need that have autism. I know with soldiers and first responders with PTSD, their tasks are going to be a little bit different. So we're able to pull dogs out of the shelter and use the mixes and different breeds, but I think it's mostly because genetically, they have the disposition to do different, they're bred for different things. So not all of us are genetically prone to go out there and be a sports, athlete.
Right.
All of us as humans were different too, and dogs are the same way.
Yeah. So do you want to tell everybody a little bit about the program that you're going to be doing online? And maybe, I know
Yes.
you wanted to talk about the missing link.
Yes.
Feel there's a missing link in dog training. I have my feeling about that too. So I'll let you.
Yeah, I want to hear you.
Yeah.
So, when I was a rookie trainer and I had my training facility, I was so green. I'm like, I think you know all these things when you go into dog training, and then you're like, oh my God, this dog did not read the training manual. What about this science? Did you read this? Do you know you're supposed to? So I had a training facility, and when the students were in my facility, the dogs would sit and they would heel and they would do all these great things, very focused. But I was watching them when they were with the owner coming from the car to my facility, and it was a mess. And I was like, what is going on here? There's obviously something missing in dog training, and what is it? And so that's when I started my research, and I put a lot of that research in my book, Control on Leash.
Yes.
And I found that the missing link, like there's two components to training. There's the sit down, stay, the commands, the cues. But the missing link in it is the impulse control, the calming skills, and the focus. Because you can train your dog to sit all day, but as soon as somebody walks into that door, they get so excited that even if you cue sit, they might sit for 2 seconds, or they may not sit at all. So it's really important that you have both of those components. Because if you have one without the other, you're going to have a dog that's not able to comply when you cue something. It's not that he's not being obedient. It's not because you're not being a good pack leader. Most of the time it's because he literally can't think through his excitability.
Yes.
And so that's the program that I put together online so we can reach people nationwide. Like, you're going to get that foundational stuff. It's pretty easy to get that, but you're going to get all of the impulse control.
Your awesome book. So thank you for that.
What was that?
The Silent Seizure says they have your awesome book. So thank you for that.
Oh, my book or yours? Because you have awesome books too.
Yeah, this is your book, I believe, because you were talking about your book. I haven't talked about my book yet. So Control.
Oh, yay. Oh, Control Unleashed is Leslie McDevitt.
Oh,
mine's
okay.
Control Unleashed. Yeah.
Your Control On Leash. Okay.
Unleashed.
Okay, so that's a different book. That's a different name. Control On Leash. Yes. So
Yes.
So Michelle, can you tell them your website so that they can get all that information? You can type it actually right into the chat.
Yeah, my website is my name. It's Michelle Hunting with 2 L's and 2 T's. And I'm trying to type and talk at the same time. Obviously, I'm not as good as multitasking as I thought.
So that's an easy way for you to get in touch with Michelle. My feeling on dog training that I feel is the missing link is clear communication. I feel like there is the missing link. Every time I come in and I start working with the people, it's all about giving your pet a clear direction.
Absolutely.
I always say the most important thing that you can do is start to notice your own energy around your dog, because your energy, your dog is telepathic and they're reading your energy. So even before you start to think, oh, maybe I'll take Johnny for a walk, your dog already knows you're going to take him for a walk. And so what you want to do is you want to keep your energy in a calm, assertive, loving vibration, so that when you go to feed your dog or take your dog for a walk, your dog is understanding that, you're the loving leader in this family. And, they do run in packs. And so I don't go into that whole pack leader thing myself. I talk about being the loving leader. I kind of look at myself as the mama dog.
Exactly.
And I like that, I give them corrections the way that a mama dog would give a correction. And I make sure that I give clear direction about, and consistent. I say clear communication, consistent direction. Those are the two things I feel are the missing link in every dog trainer who has ever tried to show me different things that I would be doing differently. So I
absolutely
really feel that, watching, I mean, I have 100% success rate with every animal that I've worked with, and I've had some really hard cases with animals that have been used as dog bait and used in dog fighting, and being able to really help them to have a clear direction of what it is that their person wants them to do. You know, I think that's the missing link. I really do. I feel that if you, this is great. I'll tell my clients, yes, that's awesome. So yeah, so we're Michelle and I are talking about doing a show here once a month. So we have a Facebook page, the Conscious Dog Trainers. So you can go over to Conscious Dog Trainers on Facebook. You can like us there, and you can also type in questions, or you can, you know, we can be connecting with you that way. We can also upload videos of trainings and things like that. So join our community. You know, we want to change the way that people are connecting with their animals and their kids. Honestly, I really do.
Yes.
That's when I think about what my big picture is, I really would like, thank you, David. I really would like to help to be a advocate for the animals, so that they are able to share what they came here to teach us, you know, because they came here to teach us stuff. We think that we're the ones in charge of everything, but honestly, they came here to teach us about unconditional love, about forgiveness, about living in the moment, and just spreading joy. What if every human thought that's what we were here to do? What if we really got those lessons, right?
Right.
I think, I mean, you're living it, I'm living it. So, you know, I know that it's possible. I know that it's possible. And so many people just have their dog out like an ornament in their backyard, and they don't take them for walks, and they say, oh no, I have a big backyard. And they don't have, animals are pack animals. They're family oriented. They want to be part of your family. If you're going to bring them in and domesticate them, then you need to give them clear direction about how you want them to be in your family.
Yeah, and I think a lot of times too, pet owners are overwhelmed by the excitability of their dogs, and sometimes that's why they just kind of get stuck outside. So if pet guardians would just take even 3 weeks of committing themselves to training, they would change the dynamic of their entire relationship, and their dog isn't going to be that ornament. They're going to become part of their life. And that's the whole point.
Absolutely.
That's the whole, and I think that, you know, most people have that intention, and then they just kind of get overwhelmed, and then they get busy with life too. So if you could just commit to even 15 minutes of training a day for 3 weeks, I think the whole dynamic of your relationship would be completely different.
That's happened to me. You know, I've worked with, I had this one lady who was an older lady. She was almost 80. She couldn't walk her dog really, because her dog was pulling her around, and she was falling all over. And so she asked me to come in, and within 3 days, I had the dog completely trained. And
yay!
That's the thing. It's, you know, if you stay consistent, thank you for the claps. They can clap here when they like what we're doing.
We can?
Yeah, you can clap.
I'm still obviously learning this.
You can clap for me, and I can clap for you. See?
Oh, okay.
You just hit the hands. Yeah.
Oh, yay.
So the hardest question for people to answer is, what do you want your dogs to do? It's easier for them to think about what they don't want their dog to do. Exactly. What's your real name, Silent Seizure? I feel silly calling you Silent Seizure. What's your real name? Jess. Okay, Jess. So welcome in here, Jess. I'm really glad you're in here. You are so right. You know, that's what my book is all about. My book is The Secret to Puppy Love. I have the Secret to Puppy Love, and I use the Law of Attraction with a combination of, I'm a yoga instructor, so I teach the pet guardian some yoga and breathing techniques, because I really believe that the animals are reading our energy. And so when we're in a calm, peaceful state of mind, they step right back into being the pure essence love that they are. It's really not that difficult.
And I love that you mentioned the breathing too, because dogs do the same thing we do when they get stressed. They hold their breath.
They pant.
And in my Zen Dog class, we teach them how to breathe on cue. So I remember when I was in labor and I was in a lot of pain. What was that?
Jess says that he's very anxious, and so are all the dogs. So it would be a really good book for you. Yeah. This is actually a workbook. So I made it like a journal so that you can set yourself up for success. So you take a step-by-step way to, get yourself into setting yourself up for success. Each chapter leads into the next part. It's basically understanding first and foremost that you need to direct yourself as a calm, assertive, loving leader. And when you start to see that energy, you'll feel better too. You will. You'll feel better too when you start to be more calm and more, you will be so amazed at how everything falls into place, even your relationships, your spousal relationships, your relationships with your children. Everything works better when you have clear communication with your pets. Mm-hmm. Don't you feel that? I feel like it's so empowering. I feel like that's the missing link. So many people, want to get into being more spiritual and having a deeper and more meaningful relationship. It's so easy with a dog. It's so easy. You can step into that so easily.
And I think too, the dogs are really, they work as a mirror for us. Absolutely. And there's been many times on my journey with Boy where I noticed he was suffering from some physical, and it was because I was suffering and wasn't working on something that I needed to work on, and I could see it in him. So I love those life lessons that my dogs have brought to me on my journey too.
Well, I seriously believe that the animals, we are in this beautiful tapestry, which is called the human experience. And the thread that brings us all together, it's like this beautiful invisible thread, is the animals. And the animals are weaving into our lives to teach us about how awesome this life experience really is. If you ever see a puppy just starting to play for no apparent reason, that is them trying to show us how lucky we are to be in this experience, this beautiful life that we have. Right. They teach us so much,
They do.
And so many people miss the lesson. That's why I love that we're doing this together, because so give a little more information about the class. And
so the class is a Zen Dog class. It's an online course. It's interactive. So just like you can see me now and you'll see me. There's PowerPoint, there's demo videos. It's 4 weeks long, an hour and a half each week. So you'll get a link each week emailed to you. You click on it, you join in, you train your dog. And after I show you how to do exercises, you break up and I work with you individually. So I coach you from your living room. But I love that you're talking about breathing, because dogs do the same thing we do. They hold their breath. And so one of the skills that you're going to learn from this class is you're going to teach your dog to breathe on cue, which is so cool, because you can tell when they start holding their breath, and then you can have some sort of cue, and then they'll take a breath, and then they can start to relax. Because some dogs maybe that come to this class may be a little bit reactive, like when they see another dog. And that could even be like they start tugging a little bit harder when they see a dog, passing by, just a little bit.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Yeah. And I think too, like you were talking about the breathing for us. I mean, that's a big part of the class too. Yeah, we're going to teach the dog how to do this, but you have to learn the handling skills too. And that's kind of the joke amongst dog trainers, is to keep your butt cheeks loose. And I said that in my book, and my mom was like completely red. She's like, I can't believe you put that in your book. And I'm like, Mom, the people get it.
That's where we hide the most of our stress, is in our in our hips and our buttocks. And that's why
Really?
yoga is so good, because so many people don't stretch that part of their body, and they just did a they just did a study about that psoas muscle is where all that stress is hidden in our hips and our buttocks. So good point.
Well, no wonder my hip always hurts.
Yeah, good point. I trained up in prison, and they laugh when I tell them to relax their rear ends.
That's funny.
But yes, it's being a yoga instructor, I have, when you stretch your arm up here and you just do a stretch, you actually are releasing a lot of the tension and hidden stress from your day in your shoulder. And when you stretch your arm across and you just look over and you just open up that whole side, all of that is connected to the stress levels that go up into your cortisol levels. So they've done all kinds of studies about that now.
It's all intertwined, and just like we're all intertwined in our humanness and our dog, everything is all connected, and you know that. The deeper you get into dog training, the more you recognize. It's kind of like, the more education you get, the more you realize how much you don't know.
The funny part for me was that the way that I got into dog training was because I had not been a loving leader in my life. And I noticed that when I adopted another dog, I was seeing the same patterns in this dog. And I was saying, what's wrong with this dog? This dog came here was very good when it first got here. And then I started realizing, oh, shoot, it's me.
It's me.
It's actually what I'm doing. And then I got really into learning so much. I got fascinated with the psychology of dog training. And I became just, into every bit of it. So that's basically what we wanted to talk about today.
Yeah. If anybody wants a few tips for the Zen dog, like to get that calm relaxation, we work on the impulse control, which there's a lot of exercises for that, but just a quick tip for you. One of the CDs that I recommend highly, almost on a weekly basis, it's called Through a Dog's Ear. And it's a clinically proven design music that promotes relaxation and helps with anxiety. And it works for you, and it works on the dogs as well. But that's something that you can easily do for your dog. Just put it on really low throughout the day, like if you're gone at work or they're kenneled at night. And I think that you'll notice a difference. And that feeling of relaxation for us, like when I first started doing yoga, I was kind of all over the place. Yeah. And it took me a while to get to that Zen place. You know what I'm talking about?
Absolutely.
And it's the same thing for dogs. They can learn how to get there. And the thing is once they learn how to get there, it's reinforcing. So they want to go back to that place.
Absolutely.
So we can teach them calming skills, and that's just a quick, easy tip for anybody that they can easily do for their dogs. So
awesome. Yeah. So you guys, thanks so much for being here, and thanks so much for this has been a great opportunity for all of us to learn more about Michelle and her amazing program. And so hope you guys will take advantage of her generosity, and because she really does get paid very well to be doing one-on-ones. And so this is really going to be quite the game changer for any pet parent who really wants to have the success of being, having that relationship with their pet.
Yeah. I would love to work with anybody coast to coast. I know we've had a really high success rate with this, and thank you so much, Karen. This is fun. I think we'll just have a blast. Y'all, I hope you tune in every month when we do this.
I'm going to stop right here, but